All right, bro. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna react to this song by MercyMe, even if I 2 nights ago I saw the I Can Only Imagine 2 at home with my parents, and it was very powerful. I had seen the first one in theaters, um, but I Can Only Imagine 2. They released it pretty fast, for the home, right? You obviously have to pay, but we were able to see it in the comfort of our own home. And it was a very powerful movie. There was a lot of moments where it brought me to tears, and this song is the highlight of that movie. So we're gonna check it out here. I'm gonna have to pause every now and then, just because of YouTube and stuff and copyright. You know how it is. But here it is. This is MercyMe, Even If official lyric video.
They say sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. And right now I'm losing bad. I've stood on this stage night after night, reminding the broken it'll be alright. But right now, I just can't. It's easy to sing when there's nothing to bring me down. But what will I say when I'm held to the flame like I am right now?
So a lot of times what happens is we come into something that stumbles us in our lives, right? And that's everything was going good, and then this happens, and then it's usually what happens is we start casting blames and blaming God or whatever, instead of looking into ourselves, what happened here, etc. Right? There's one thing that brings me a lot of peace, and I believe it's from one of the Psalms. In essence, what it is I'm not gonna be afraid, because God surrounds what's surrounding me, right? And the book of Job also speaks to that as well. God doesn't, whatever this is, doesn't have any more power over me than what God has allowed, right? Whatever this is God is allowing it, but it's limited at its power, So that brings us, well, at least for me, it brings me a lot of peace, right? So I like what he's saying here. What am I gonna say? What am I gonna sing? It's easy to sing when there's nothing wrong. It's easy to bring people up, right? It's one of those where it's like, who's going to help the clown smile when the clown is down? And it's only one clown, right? It's one of those situations. So we're gonna step into the chorus. It's gonna be powerful. Here we go. That's the only hope. That's the only hope. Is God, even if nothing happens, even if we're not seeing it, right? You have to understand that there's other things happening at the same time in our surroundings, and so, whatever you go through, whenever you go through something hard, right? It's a lesson for others around you, right? People are gonna be changed through it, right? You're gonna have a testimony to give, right? In the moment, you're not gonna understand why it's happening. It's gonna be scary. We're gonna be afraid. We're gonna have fear. We're gonna be angry. Whatever it is, the situation calls for. Whatever it is, right? But at the end of it, when you go through that trial, you're gonna have a powerful testimony, and God will see you through it, right?
They say it only takes a little faith to move a mountain. Well, good thing, a little faith is all I have right now. God, when you choose to leave mountains unmovable, oh, give me the strength to be able to sing. It is well with
Oh, you have to see the movie, bro. You have to see the movie. This verse here. This verse here is the foundation of this particular song, of this song specifically, actually. This is the foundation. It is well with my soul, right? In the book of Daniel, we learn about Daniel's friends, right? And the king, Nebuchadnezzar, right, has everybody, in a sense, prostrate to his idol. They have created an idol of King Nebuchadnezzar, right? And Daniel's friends refuse to bow down. And this is a violation of the king's order, right? This is time to worship the statue, They decide not to. And Nebuchadnezzar throws them into the fire. Binds them, and throws them into the fiery furnace, right? And what ends up happening is there was 3, but Nebuchadnezzar sees that there's a 4th one. He's like, why am I seeing a 4th man in the fire? And he loses his mind after that, God protected Daniel's friends who had faith, and their binds, were cut, right? They were set on fire, and they were able to walk out of there unscathed. And a lot of people witnessed that, and the king lost his mind after witnessing something. Who wouldn't? That's that's insane, right? It's something to see, but it's God. It's God, and you have faith, and God will see you through the fire. But even if He doesn't, pull you out of the lion's den, right? The only hope you had left, it was just God. That's all you had, right? That's all it is.
I know you're able and I know you can save through the fire with your mighty hand. But even if you don't, my hope is in you alone. I know the sorrow and I know the hurt would all go away if you just say the word. But even if you don't, my hope is in you alone. You've been faithful, you've been good all of my days. Jesus, I will cling to you. Come what may, 'cause I know you're able. I know you care.
So a lot, again, it's a lot of what that is. Also, is like what character are you? Who you don't know who you are until you're in the thick of it. That's who you are. How you decide to act or react, to the situations around you. Are you someone who just gives up, throws the towel, right? Or are you gonna fight? Are you gonna get back up and fight? And it's easy to give up, and it's easy to walk in shame. And they might be laughing at whatever happened. Yeah, you didn't get the promotion. Yeah, the medical report looks bad. Yeah, the bills are not getting paid. But you gotta fight. You gotta fight. You gotta keep showing up. You just gotta keep resilient all the way through. And God will see you, through to the end. And that'll just be one story again, one testimony you'll tell, man. With my soul, it is well powerful song, bro. Very, very powerful song, you know. And if you read the comments of some of the testimonies, and this will be you also. They're very powerful too. Let's open up the comments and let's read a couple. Who's listening to this masterpiece after watching I Can Only Imagine 2? Yes, I am. I saw the movie last night. Got the call today that my dad is in the hospital and may not make it. Even if it is well, even if I lean and trust in you fully, Lord Jesus, I know you are with me. Be praying for your dad, man. My son was kidnapped from me when he was 6 months old. Now he would be turning 3. I pray every day to Jesus that one day I will be with him again because God is just. If you read this and you are suffering, remember that God has a plan for you and Jesus will always be with you. I'm telling you, man, it gets powerful. It gets powerful, but never give up. It's easy to, you know. What we want to be, who we want to be is, we don't want to be called, you know. We don't want to be told. Right? That man who helped Jesus carry the cross, of all the people that were there that witnessed it, you know, what was happening. Even people who saw his miracles, you know, somebody had to be told to help him carry the cross, bro. But there was no compassion. And you can't say that fear was getting in the way. No, if you're compassionate, you'll get in there. You'll help, right? How much more if when you're down, you're still helping? How much more? Who are you when you do that, you know? If somebody that just has endless love and compassion. But I pray that if you are, you know, in the thick of it, let me know in the comments what's going on. We'll pray for you, you know. We'll pray for you in the comments. If you are in the thick of it, you know, just know that whatever the situation is, it doesn't have any more power than what God has allowed it to have. No matter the outcome. We might not understand why. We might want to throw our fists in the air demanding answers. We don't understand. We never will. Everything that happened to Job, and then at the end, right, it was, what was all this for? Everything was restored, right? God says, I will restore the years. I will restore what the locusts took. And that's what will end up happening. In time, of course. There's a time to sow and a time to reap. A time to cry and a time to laugh. And no matter what season you're in, always remember that there's somebody that loves you more than you love yourself. And more than anyone who ever told you they loved you. Understand that. And it's very powerful and very overwhelming. But that's all I have for you all for today. Let me know in the comments if you have anything to share, anything you want us to pray over, we will hear. You know what to do. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, repost, all of that good stuff. God bless, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.